Hey, what's up YouTube? How you doing? My name is Knots. I'm an artist from New York, and today we're going to do a mural on this wall. Let's see how it turns out. Okay, so what you see me doing here is I'm actually masking up the area. Where exactly I want to put my canvas and where I want to put the mural. This is a crucial step because you want to be able to visualize mentally what you're doing and how big your workspace is going to be. So I just finished taping up the design. Now I'm actually starting to draw a hidden image, basically just a little warm-up practice sketch for me, so that way I could get my hands loose and ready to really work and start putting everything in its perspective, essentially putting the right proportions and just making sure that I have my curvatures, my line work, and everything is real smooth. So this is essentially what you see me doing, just kind of looking at my image, my concept design, sketching out quick little rough drafts, seeing what I want to do, how it looks, and that's really about it for this section of the video. Next, we're going to work on laying down the primary flats, which you see I've kind of jumped ahead and dropped the red. Now we're going to start doing a little purple. Purple is kind of just one of those intermediate colors that just really stuck out to me when I was choosing my flats for these layouts. I wanted to have something dark but bright but dark, if it makes any sense. Something that really would just give a nice flat background to really work on and to really start figuring out the colors, the blending scheme. And yeah, that's really about it that you're going to see for this little portion of the video. This mural took me a while as I had a lot of personal things going on. From my last video, I had a brand new litter that was born, Shadow, my American Terrier dog. She gave birth to a litter of 2. Which I will probably show later on in my videos. Time to clean the brushes. Now you want to clean your brushes so that way your paint doesn't mix. Just common sense on that aspect. Yeah, so right now I'm laying down yellow. Yellow is kind of one of those special colors to me. It reminds me of summer, of spring, of block parties, and genuinely of good vibes. Mainly yellow is a rejuvenating color for me. When I see anybody wearing yellow or anything yellow, it kind of brightens up my day. Speaking of brighten up my day, the final flats that I'm going to be laying out is a sky blue. Sky blue is representative of life. To me, there are essential things that we as humans beings need, and majority of them have a hint or a color of life, blue. So that's really what you guys see me here doing. I'm laying out the essence of life, which is blue. Alright, well guys, next step is to do the drawing, the actual mural. So right now we laid out all the flats and we'll let this dry up. After that, we start the design. Woo, it's hot today. We're going through a heat wave up here in New York. So it's the next day and this is my concept design. Here's a frozen image so that way you guys can see it a bit better. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start working on the taping. Essentially what I want to do is I kind of want to figure out the correct proportions of this pyramid structure that I will be drawing. Essentially, you kind of just see me messing around, trying to figure out the right angles. I don't like a lot of the things I did. So, yeah, that's really about it. I'm just figuring out how I want it to look. Does it look right from afar? Does it look right up close? And yeah, that's really about it for this part. Okay, now that I essentially got my perspective, we're going to start working on laying out a base coat. Essentially, the base coat is just another flat. Uh, this allows me to actually put a base coat so that way I'm able to actually sketch on top without losing my sight. Essentially, what I mean by losing my sight is sometimes when you put out a flat and you just start sketching, the colors kind of get muddy. Your graphite might get a little muddy on the inside. So that's why we want to lay out the white. We want to lay out a strong flat ground so that way we're able to actually see what we're doing. So I just peeled off the tape and now it's time to start sketching. Okay, so now we're starting the sketching portion of the video. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm actually now looking at my concept artwork, and since I don't have a projector and I'm not working with the grid or doodle method, I'm kind of just freehanding this. Normally you don't want to do this because your proportions could be off, you can change your designs a bit, or it just might not come out exactly how you wanted it to come out compared to your original sketch. So essentially what this whole story is called invasion. An invasion is an entity or a force coming into your own personal space. Unknown to you, you don't know who he is, what they are, or what they represent. This invasion is essentially inspired by one of my favorite ongoing movies and lore universe, which is Star Wars. Right here, what you actually see me doing is I'm actually painting my character, the Gatekeeper. The Gatekeeper, he has the ability to travel from worlds to world and dimensions to dimensions. He looks at what is possible and shows you the impossible. He shows you how you could see the world for what it is. See the world for what it isn't. As creators, we all have a vision. We all have an ideology in what we believe and what we think is right or wrong. Now, some people say you may be wrong in looking at a color, when in fact to you it looks yellow, but to others it looks orange, pink, red, or, any other random color. So the Gatekeeper, his main job is to open up portals to new worlds and new dimensions. He shows you what you can become and what you can't become. So, with that being said, welcome, Gatekeeper. Please show me the world for how you see it and for what it can be. As a creator, we tell our stories. We tell our emotions through painting, strokes, through music, beats. We show you what we see this world as. Not for the violence, not for the hate that we may encounter on a day-to-day basis. So, I want you to step back and enjoy as we step into the world of NkotsVerse. Here, what you see me doing is I'm actually working on trying to make the Gatekeeper a three-dimensional character. I want shading, depth in the eye. I want that to really be the focal point, so that way when you look at this piece, you're automatically drawn to the Gatekeeper. I want the Gatekeeper to introduce you to this chaotic portion, to this chaotic world that the Gatekeeper has stepped into. Remember, he's a Gatekeeper. He opens portals and he opens dimensions. So this is the dimension of the Cardboard Men. That's not really their name, but essentially these characters are a yin and yang to the Gatekeeper. They represent calamity and chaos, while the gatekeeper represents knowledge, wisdom, and intellect. Um, so right now, essentially, I'm still working on the gatekeeper. He's still getting his depth. This is actually a pretty long mural video that I'll be having. Unfortunately, I have yet to work on my editing, and so this may seem a little sporadic and out there, but this is my story. This is what the gatekeepers and all the characters in the NkotsVerse represent. They represent calamity, chaos, peace, tranquility, and humility. Um, Nowadays, I think most of all, we actually need more tranquil and peaceful environments. And with everything that's going on in this world, we could get lost in our own thoughts. So I welcome everyone to start creating your own universe. Start creating your own vision. Find some peace and happiness in this world because God knows we all need it. So, back to the art. So now you see me actually adding some more in-depth details. I'm adding some blacks. I'm throwing in some shadows in there because like I said earlier, I want this to really pop out. So I thank you guys very much for watching this first half. This is the Gatekeeper. We still have a long way to go, but this is only part one of probably like 4 or 5 parts. Thank you, and have a great day.